know when it started. If the imitating absolute is to be given credit, or the firstborn thought proudly worn. But we're accenting repetition. The ongoing grin weighs on your fascia, wrinkling the good word resting on its beholder. I haven't found an unmovable panel. They all bend their paws, swelling to burst and decay. And I wasn't always here, but I got here because I remembered. Celebrating in the mist and falling in its court. Along the podium we stood, in line, giving our testimony, advertising our caravan. So when you're caught in the eye of the swirling dream, pick a side and go fully through. I am my bike and the bus. I am the city, where real madmen roam the streets, an abundance of vagabonds, the truest of Taoists. We are gliding on our bikes, ready for any vehicular structure coming our way. At first, beauty is in everything, but in time, true intent shows its figure, and we are left with the scenarios of reality. There is beauty here if you decide to become it. On the sidewalk, an old mumbling man bends to pick through trash. With rusted hips and crazed by poverty, he relives abandonment. Behind him trot three women, their evening wear shine with the lights of the streets. I imagine us balancing on the old man's back, a mirage to be placed on him as we are all part of his weight. Embracing famine, he makes fun of death and imagines a frail and delusional path. Drinking his yearning to go home, so we cover our eyes from his radiance. I am a man, son of a knife, blood from my mother's thighs, death to my brother. He had his chance and now it is mine. Damned to be the good man, last to be considered, always submissive. A handle made only to the finest of hands. She loosens his seams and immaculately resets them. When she finds the spot, he makes the wound and they sew the burden. Cursed to be man, a handle to a fine hand. Loosened seams and a restless mind always last. Polelo's thoughts accelerate as he pedals faster. In the whistle's punctures, he had no time and swings off the speeding bicycle. Mi instinto requiere que mis manos sostengan todo, thinks the boy in a moment of suspension before landing on a garden. More than that, ancient and sacred ground. Polelo laughed proudly, wondering if for all the fallen there are treasures. Through the mist, he sees the oval occurrence, sees a glowing face. Del Cento appeared from the hedgerow. His curiosity for this lyrical boy outgrew his own abilities. Smiling, he pondered with his hand over his mouth, letting the sunlight clean his eyes and reaching forth. Me parece que te has dado una inclinada. Una corriente puede fortalecerse y de repente te encuentras con el cielo y la tierra. Yo soy un invento. Él es el que cae. Tú, el que lo relata, y la verdad se disuelve frente a nos, quips Polelo with a smile. When the day is long and the going becomes unending, young Polelo plunges to its depth, resting in its void, trusting that he will emerge. His friendship with Del Cento has become the well in which they both quench their search, with ceremonies and rituals of stillness. With bodies ergt to the fire, they are stray cats gazing into the light. Aquí quiebra mi pulsar. Lo que busco ha pasado hace mucho. El niño duende ahora es un señor estrellado, colgando en la noche, esperando su propio emprender. No dejaría las bendiciones que salpiquen, que suelen caer de miradas, que caen en los puntos vivos del cielo nocturno, responds Teocento, and pulling his body away from the light, as does a puppet with sudden first breath. Querido estrella, en ti descansa el intangible corazón, el que se lleva el arroyo al desmoronarse el camino. En el presente, me encuentro en el cántico al presente. Palelo dreams of descending to a radiant core in some underworld where phosphorescent sediments rise uninterrupted, bouncing and rolling around him and continuing to ride.